Hey, good afternoon. I know it's been a minute since I sent a video, but here we are. August kept me very busy, back to school, summer weddings wrapping up, all that. So quick update, median home prices, everything going on in Las Vegas. So our median home price, this was back in July. This is, just about a month old of data. 485 was our median home price. We are at about a 4-month inventory, which means that if we stopped building any new homes right now, just stopped where we are and just use what was on the market, there's 4 months worth of home sales on the market. So that's what when you hear that, how many months of inventory, that's what we're basing it on. We are leading the nation in foreclosures. I know that sounds huge, but let me break that down. There's the top 5, and the first one is, of course, us. In that, 1 in every 2,300 homes in Nevada is in foreclosure, facing foreclosure. That's 1 in every 2,300. Florida comes behind us in 1 at every 2,400. Maryland is in 1 at 2,500. South Carolina is at 1 in every 2,580, almost 26. And then Illinois is 1 in every 2,700. So we are leading it. It's, just a few hundred separating us. We are coming back down to it. We're going through the same boom bust cycle that other boom towns like Austin and Tampa have been seeing in the last couple of years. We saw that explosion of home prices and sales thanks to the pandemic because of the affordability. Everyone was going remote, so people were leaving the other states, of course, namely California, affordability, bringing their stuff with them. So that's where we are. Before the pandemic, the median home price in the city, Las Vegas, was $300. June 2022, just skipping ahead. June 2022 reached a peak of $447,500. That topped the national average. We came down for the median home sales price. We're back up again. We are at $485. And I know that sounds a lot, and I know we have a lot of first-time home buyer issues and affordability issues, but we're still selling these homes. These are people coming in from out of the state. Now, AB 540 just passed here in the state that is giving builders, land acquisition, and some home buyer programs money to help with affordability. I guess for builders, it's going to help with the cost of bringing things in, the tariffs and such. So we'll see. Land acquisition, I'm not sure I understand where that's going. The state's putting together a committee to oversee the funds to make sure that they're put out in the right places at the right time. And when I say the first-time home buyers helping the buyers, it's going to be the essentials, the key and essential people in the sense of first responders, nurses, and teachers. Those are going to be the primary. I understand they are going to be looking at sending that to the first-time home buyer programs. So potentially things like that we'll start to see happen. So that is where we are with our numbers. We kind of went on this little roller coaster of where we were, how we've been selling year over year. And just going back, I'm skipping 2021 because that was a very mixed year. 2022, the units sold, and I'm going to focus on July because that's the numbers that I have. In July, thanks to my broker, by the way. In July, we sold 2,066. July 2022, I swear I'm going to slow it down. July 2022, 2,066. July 2023, 2,041. July 24, 2,145. And last month, 2021 units sold. So we're still moving. Same amount of inventory last month as we had in 2022. Last year we had 2 months supply. 2023 we just had over a month supply. That's when we really saw the tightening and the sellers market because the sellers could control that, whether or not they wanted to sell. So that was it. Now we're coming back into a lull. We're kind of coming into an easy spot where we're balanced. We've got the same amount of buyers, same amount of sellers, Sellers aren't as easily letting go of their homes because maybe they don't need to. They've got equity, they've got a great interest rate, and so there's no urgency to sell. And buyers are sitting back because they're waiting for better interest rates, which, by the way, September, when Chairman Powell holds his next meeting, everybody's expecting rates to drop. We did this last year where we expected rates to drop to keep down just a little bit. So we'll see. I think with the economy and the question marks of where we're going in inflation and in tariffs, he might be reevaluating that. And so I think we're going to be looking at those things. So in September, let's look at the rates. But that is where things are starting to come back. It's back to the same 2022 highs. It's more than doubled since 2021. And we, again, are looking at a balanced market. So the inventory signals a much more balanced market through the end of the year. Days on market is averaging 51, and I believe that's across the nation. Yesterday, when I looked at days on market, we were averaging 37 or 39 days on market, so just under 40 days. Those homes that are priced aggressively with the buyer's market, not trying to gouge, and assisting buyers, giving funds to help with closing costs, giving funds to help buy down the rate, where the seller is helping to contribute to get that buyer's affordability. We're really seeing things go. I mean, I saw 5 homes in Sky Canyon that all went under contract in less than 10 days. So that is happening. And that's Sky Canyon, newer area. Builders are starting to give back more because they can. They bought at a great rate. They had a lot of inventory. They built up, and now we've seen a boom of inventory. We're starting to see the part of the stagnation of sales, and the builders are giving back. They are doing so much more. So if you go to a builder without me, don't. But if you do, just know that you can negotiate a little bit more. Okay, keep that in mind. Negotiation's key. Don't just go in and accept it. Go in and see what else they can give you, because it is there. I'm seeing it. I'm hearing it. I know it firsthand. So there's that. Moving on to my investor side. Short-term rentals seems to be the big thing, continues to be an issue in the city in that people are still doing it and they're not following the rules. So part of the rules is the enforcement is difficult. There's not enough enforcement. We're seeing plenty of people that are advertising, and I know VRBO and Airbnb are both very specific on you have to have certain licenses in order to advertise with them. There's also a lot of black market advertising. There's a lot of word of mouth advertising. So that still exists. I know quite a few people. I've heard of an agent. I actually sat in on a class with her. I don't know her, but she told us that she and her husband owned 10 Airbnbs in this city. They do not have a license. They've been fined one time, but that fine is a drop in the hat compared to what they make off of their Airbnbs. They have a very strict rule. They have very strong cleanliness rule. Apparently it shows beautifully, and they're constantly busy. But the city, as of, I want to say it was 3 or 4 months ago, they had yet to have been caught. But if they get caught, does the fines hurt them? She looked at it. She said she doesn't think it will. Maybe it will. Maybe she'll get shut down. I know in our community here, the community I live in with 72 homes, there is a house that is advertising a room for rent. 3 months ago, they rented all 5 rooms to one family. And we found that out because the children were telling us. The children were outside playing with neighbors' kids. We were all outside chatting and having a good time, and they told us about it. And we're like, okay, we weren't looking to kick them out. Don't get me wrong. It was a nice family. But the family that's in there now, not so much. So there's the give and take of things. Also, if you want to do Airbnbs, long-term rentals, 31 days or more. Short-term rentals, of course, thanks to the strip costs, Airbnbs are quite prominent and they do very well. So, we'll have that conversation if we need to cross that bridge. But anyways, that's how that's working. So that's our newest update. Market rates still there. Builders giving back the way that they do. Sellers are continuing. They could give. And I've seen it, and they're selling beautifully. Assumable loans for a VA loan. Even some FHAs are assumable. So surprise, it really depends on the servicer, whether or not the loan servicer will accept that. Also, the buyer has to qualify based on the current mortgage servicer's criteria. You could be a VA, but do you qualify based on their information to afford the house? So if you have assumables that you're looking at and have questions or want to convey, let me know. I'd be happy to sit down with you. Happy to go over all that information with you. In the body of the email I'm sending out, it's just a bunch of links to show you what's going on. We're coming up on our big 3-day weekend. Labor Day is coming up. Football is coming. We're coming to the end of baseball, so a hunt for October. Go Dodgers. Um, Football, it's good. We've got a lot of good things happening. As far as locals here in Las Vegas, the Raiders have quite a good crew. Practices have been going really well. Am I a Raiders fan? Yes and no. All the years that I've, since I was a little girl, I've been a New York Giants fan. Don't ask me why. I just have. I think it was because I placed a bet against my dad, who was a Cowboys fan, and we won. And I think that just kind of stuck. So, but the Raiders are good to Special Olympics, and they're very good to Special Olympics. And I'm very grateful. I know you know that Special Olympics is near and dear to my heart. Christine is an athlete. So they've done wonders for Christine. I know that. I've seen what they've done for the other athletes. I love the other athletes. They're a lot of fun. So if you ever want to volunteer, please let me know. I'd love to get you guys out to hang with us and have a good time. Just let me know. It's a great way to get your mind off of everyday worries and just go have a good time. No strings attached, really. It's fantastic. Anyways, so for the Raiders, so it looks like that's a good deal. Soon following that, come back into hockey season. Go Knights, go. That's where we are. So I'm going to put together some links in the body of this email that tells you what's happening around the cities, places to go, things to do, places to eat. So if you have any questions or concerns, you know how to reach me. I look forward to speaking to you because I will start getting up conversations as the numbness goes away. I'm like kind of looking kind of weird. Like I'm balanced. I don't know. Anyways, so thanks for your time. I hope you have a great day, and we'll chat soon. Bye.